Okay, everyone. This is another video about a self-loathing nerd. He hates his low status. Instead of standing up for his hobby and himself, he goes after another group of guys who are also into the hobby to say, to kick at them. Now, what it is these guys say 2D is better than 3D. In other words, for you guys who don't know, they're saying the idealized anime girls that they love are superior to real life girls. And you'll see a couple of things. One is this guy doesn't ask these guys why they say this. Because if he did, then we could hear their side and agree or disagree. Yeah, so he doesn't do that. But two, you'll see up here, he will pedo smear them. Because when these guys have nothing to say, they pedo smear, which goes to show you he really is a degenerate. Well, let's get into his issues with these guys.
And you were looking kind of good. I'm trying to smooch those.
Of course, Vito. I would always let you smooch my lips.
Okay, girl. Shit.
Okay, so that's his issue. These guys are rejecting the real life girls, and because he's still into that, he's got a problem with that.
There's many ways your child could be a disappointment. They could be a school threat. They could act a little too sus around their friends.
A little bit of homophobia for you there.
They could play League of Legends. Or worse yet, they could have a room that looks like this. Now you tell me which one's more of a disappointment. I've been an anime fan for some time now. Since the start of my sophomore year of high school, I've been watching it consistently. And the more I watched, the more I became part of the community. You know, following anime pages, looking at manga recommendations, all of that. Everything was nice. Until I noticed, I started to see a part of the community I didn't like.
So this is the issue, right? This guy's also a fascist. Everyone in the community has to have the same likes and dislikes. They have to be the exact same mindset. For one thing, pal, this is a hobby, right? So if you're a football fan, there isn't a football community. There's just guys who like football. And there are just guys who like anime. And they don't have to follow any rules that you set down. Just letting you know that.
Through these memes. These memes basically saying 2D women, aka anime girls, are better than real women. Now,
okay, so let's see if this guy makes any counter arguments.
I already knew most anime memes are pretty bad and not funny, but this is a new low. This is not what I wanted to be associated with. And you might think, oh, they're just posting it ironically. No, they're not. For like most meme pages, you could tell if they posted a meme ironically based on what they posted before, the captions, and whatnot. But this is anime meme pages we're talking about. They're actually for real about this. And
okay, before you go any further, I will make an argument for these guys. Even though I've never said this myself, I will make an argument in their behalf. These guys, being low status guys, they deal with girls in real life, and they found the real girls don't respect them. They're not loyal to them. They're not kind to them. They choose them for their status. They don't choose them for their humanity. And they get ignored and abused. Whereas they're anime girls. If you watch anime, the idealized girls, they love the male protagonist for who he is. They show loyalty to him. They love him for his humanity. When he's vulnerable, they're supportive. So the anime girls, because they're made by guys for the most part, they show the traits that guys want real life girls to have. So if you use that metric, these metrics, the anime girls, the 2D girls are superior, far superior to 3D girls, to real life girls. Now, let's see if you make an argument for real life girls. What are they offering that the 2D girls aren't?
this. And so are the people that like and relate to these memes. This is a problem. Real women are better than 2D women. This is sad I even have to say this, because no duh, they're better, but some of
Okay, so he's made zero argument. No doubt they're better. Why? Why are they better? Let's get back there. So this anime girl, like I said, in the anime stories, she's loyal to the male protagonist. She's in love with him. She wants to be around him. She values him for his personhood, aspects of his personality, his integrity. And when he's down and out, she's there for him. Real life girls, men's experience is not that. So what is your arguments for this?
Sad I even have to say this, because no duh, they're better, but some of y'all need that repeated to you. Like you own 15 body pillows.
Oh, by the way, I want you to show this. Notice he shows these fat, ugly guys all the times when he represents them. These guys aren't overweight. Also, he'll start doing the touch grass thing later on. These guys obviously are in the same room. They're friends, so they have a social life. They do get out and meet people. They just don't deal with real women. So that's this guy's issue, isn't it? These guys are probably living the best lives they can. Actually, they're probably better than the average guy who, like this guy, who chases the opposite sex and doesn't get anywhere.
And you wonder why your family stopped talking to you. There are some weebs out there that take this whole waifu thing too seriously, watching High School DxD and wishing all the girls in that show would flock to you like they do Issei. But this is real life, and real life girls don't act like that.
Thank you for making an argument in their favor. So all the girls flock to this other guy, and real life girls aren't like that. That's right. So why, again, should these guys be chasing the real life thing?
Unless they're groupies. But ain't no groupies looking for men that don't shower and play Osu. They're looking for rappers and basketball players.
Thank you for admitting this. The groupies are looking for high status men, rappers and basketball players. But notice there's no in between. Hey, pal, you shower, don't you? Okay. Later on, he'll admit that he doesn't get any action. So this has nothing to do with not showering or playing certain games. Whatever that game was, they're not after them, but they're after you, someone who's into anime, right?
Can you play ball? I don't think so. So now these people denounce real women and make themselves believe that this is superior.
Well, why not? I've seen this anime. I've seen this character, this female character, again, loves the main guy for himself, supports him when he's down and out. She has loyalty to him. She values him as a person. Is that not superior?
I just know their ancestors are rolling in their graves right now. I feel like it's obvious, but this is what I like to call 500-pound activities.
Now, that's why I mentioned it. 500-pound activities. The guys she showed back here weren't overweight. As a matter of fact, none of the real life guys he shows are overweight. So, Degenerocity, you're contradicting yourself in your own video, and you're making yourself look bad. You do realize that, right?
Ain't no way you think this and not run out of breath when you walk up the stairs. People like this is the reason why I never say I like anime in public, unless I know the other person likes it too, or they ask me about it. They giving us normal anime fans a bad name. And for what? Just because they never interacted with a girl outside of their screen?
Says you. I say the opposite. I say these young guys have had all kinds of experience with the opposite sex. And that's why they've come to this conclusion. So you have no proof that they don't. And also, these guys don't speak for you. So why would you care? What makes you think everyone has to be a certain way? I've seen furries act like this. People hate furries, so what they do, they, instead of standing up for themselves, they spit on other furries in their community.
Stop doing that! You're making us all look bad! And some of y'all might be thinking, I'm the biggest hypocrite right now.
I'm not thinking it, I know it. You are a hypocrite.
Saying, ain't this you? making these videos? Ain't this you? You one of the most down bad niggas I've ever seen in my life. Now, listen, those videos are jokes. If not, they're at least super exaggerated. The only time where I'm actually 100% truthful is when I said Testament of a New Devil is the best ecchi.
So is this a joke too? Otherwise, you're admitting you're into this anime and you're into ecchi. For those of you who don't know, that just means there's a lot of upskirt shots. So he's into this, and of course, somehow that he's not like this. So the only difference again is the woman worship. These guys are rejecting real life women, and he still has the fantasy, even though he's a dweeb himself.
That's it. Everything else is exaggerated. Like, I actually don't care about Samsung Girl. She looks like an alien. Maybe Makima is not that exaggerated, though. And I'm also not saying it's bad to have waifus or find cartoon characters attractive.
He's using Kim Possible as an example. Dude, this is a step down from anime girls. No girl is going to look at this and back you up. These guys who say 2D is better than 3D are not making you look bad. You just look bad. This is the way people see low status men who have interest that don't attach themselves to real life women.
Like, everyone has popped one to Mr. Clean before. Or is that just me? It's alright to have your waifus. I got mine, but...
Good, okay, so you've got your waifus. In other words, you're admitting you're into these animated girls. So there's only one issue, is that you still worship the opposite sex, and these guys have given up. So when are you going to make an argument against them?
But sometimes there's those few people that ruin the fun for everybody, saying out-of-pocket stuff, doing too much,
This guy isn't overweight either, notice?
obsessing over these fictional characters that were most likely made by a man that looks like this. This is who your wife...
What difference does it make who does the drawings? So if some gorgeous woman did the exact same drawing this guy does, it would change the drawing somehow? No, of course not. If this guy took a photo of a gorgeous woman, you couldn't like get excited over the gorgeous woman because the photograph was taken by a guy who wasn't, attractive. This is a non-argument.
Waifu really is. Like, bro, you can't talk to your waifus. You can't touch your waifus. You can't do anything with them. They're drawings.
Then why do you have waifus then? Why do you have your waifus then? God. The only things these guys are doing is they're holding up a mirror to what this guy's woman worship is. That is a bad joke. And he's upset over that.
Like, people nowadays are worried about this streaming parasocial relationship, but imagine having a relationship with someone that doesn't even exist. Like, some people really out here marrying their favorite characters in real life, where I know people say, as long as he's happy.
Well, yeah, that's true. What's wrong with that? So you're a fascist now. Are you suggesting something be done about these guys? What? So you want to go into their personal lives and disrupt it? Are you a fascist, Degenerocity?
But there's gotta be a limit. You can't tell me this is healthy. Like, you're really picking a drawing, an object, a piece of paper over actual box?
Dude, they're not choosing between that and a box. They're not getting any box, and neither are you. Their choice is whether they keep wasting their lives pursuing what they can't get or settling for something that's better, right? These women aren't offering them any box, and they're not for you.
Bruh, go outside! Breathe, nigga! Breathe the fresh air! So
you just got through back here showing those guys all hanging around together. So they have a social life and they get out. So again, you're contradicting your own video. Do you not realize this, how bad this makes you look?
You no longer have to be part of this foolishness. I can smell you from here. And it's not like I'm Mr. Bitches either. I'm not Gary from Pokemon having the whole cheerleading squad on his lap.
Hey, I'ma keep it real with y'all. I get no bitches. Absolutely zero play.
But
Okay, so you just admitted that you don't get box either. Thank you.
I'd rather be dead before I ever make a claim like 2D over 3D. Like, this is what no.
Well, that's your issue, isn't it? These guys are. These guys are saying it. Let's hear you make an argument against it. But you haven't in this whole video, have you? You're just upset. And these guys aren't harming you or anybody.
Oh, pussy does to a motherfucker. Hey, yo, why my channel on that? But overall, those are my thoughts on the topic of 2D versus 3D. Wait, what's that? You're sexually attracted to children?
Told you, called it. Degenerocity. What does this got to do with 2D is better than 3D? None. I told you, everyone, all these guys are the same. When they have no ammunition, they're upset. This guy's insecure about being low status nobody who can't get any. And so what's he do? He goes after his the guys in his own community. And because he has no ammunition, he brings out the pedophile smear.
Well, that means you're a lolicon.
No, lolicon just means there are guys who are attracted to the little girl anime. But the guys who do that, the lolicons and the guys who say 2D is better than 3D, they don't overlap. Or any overlapping, I should say, is coincidental. There are lolicons that worship getting a real woman like this Degenerocity guy. And there are all kinds of guys who are into their anime waifus who aren't lolicons. So he is slandering these guys as pedophiles.
Let me put my 2 cents on these people real quick.
We'll get ahead of this. There we are.
Lolicon, bro. Like, okay, I get their drawings, but being attracted to a drawing that looks like a literal child or is a literal child, bro, that's weird, bro. I don't care. That's
yeah. So this guy is a complete scumbag. He's the lowest of the low. Like I said, this has nothing to do with these guys who say 2D is better than 3D. Nothing. I'm telling you, these guys, they get upset and they hate other guys. They hate other low status guys. They hate themselves. And so what they do, they bring out the smear. Now I'm not going to show any more of this. But you know something? I'm surprised these guys don't report your channel. Any of these guys who say 2D is better than 3D, I'm surprised they don't come in, hit the report, and say, okay, this guy harassment or bullying or hateful abusive speech. Don't worry, I'm not going to do this to you, Degenerocity. But you know, if I was one of these guys, I would be tempted to do that. Because you are slandering them. This is criminal behavior. You are taking a whole group of guys and putting them in with the lolicons. This is about as not right as it gets. Anyway, this is all I got to say about this. My end message is that all these guys, especially the ones talking about degenerates, are degenerates themselves. They're scum. Degenerocity, you're a scumbag. Thanks.